Some stories begin with a whisper. This one began with a dusty old tape, a sermon long forgotten, and a truth that changed an entire town. My name is Henry Cole. I was born and raised in a small place called Miller's Creek, where Sunday mornings meant one thing: church bells and the sound of Pastor Samuel's voice. He was the kind of man everyone trusted, tall, calm, and always speaking like God was sitting right beside him. He baptized our children, buried our parents, and gave us comfort when the world felt too heavy. Then, one summer day in 1989, he vanished. No letter, no goodbye. Just gone. Rumors grew like weeds. Some said he'd run away with money from the church fund. Others whispered about a secret family in another town. But no one ever proved anything. And like most small towns, we did what people do when truth hurts. We stopped talking about it. 30 years passed. I left Miller's Creek, built a life in Chicago, and didn't think much about the old church again. Until one day, a call came from a woman named Ruth, the new caretaker of the church. She said, "Henry, you might want to come home." We found something, an old tape in the basement. It's labeled, Pastor Samuel, Final Sermon. Her words sent a chill through me. He never gave a final sermon. He disappeared before Sunday ever came. So I packed a bag and drove home, not knowing that what waited for me wasn't just a recording. It was a confession. The church hadn't changed much. Same wooden pews, same creaking floor, same light falling through stained glass like painted rain. Ruth met me at the door, her eyes red from crying. "It's in the office," she said softly. "Old cassette player." I listened to the first minute and, "Henry, you need to hear it yourself." I pressed play. Static filled the room, then his voice, older, slower, trembling. "My dear congregation, if you're hearing this, I've gone where truth finally needs no disguise." He paused. You could almost hear him breathing between words. "I have sinned, not against God, but against your trust." Ruth turned toward me, her hand shaking. We listened as he spoke of a lie that started small. He'd once used church money to help a dying family pay for medicine, a choice made in secret, out of compassion, but without permission. When the board noticed the missing funds, he lied, told them the money was lost in a clerical error. And the lie grew until suspicion became shame. "I left," he said, "because I couldn't face you. I thought I'd spared you disappointment, but lies don't protect. They poison what they touch." Then came silence, a long, heavy silence that felt like a lifetime. After a moment, his voice returned. "If you forgive me, don't erase what I did. Remember it, and let it teach you that grace doesn't hide the truth, it redeems it." The tape clicked off. Ruth was crying quietly. I just sat there, frozen. Then she whispered, "Henry, there's something else." She handed me a small envelope, yellowed with time. It was addressed to me, in Pastor Samuel's handwriting. Inside was a note. "Henry, I didn't just leave the town. I left you something to make right. Your father's land. It was never sold fairly. The church took it when he couldn't pay his dues. I was the one who signed the papers." My heart dropped. For years my family had struggled, believing we'd lost our home to bad luck. But it wasn't luck, it was him. I wanted to be angry, but all I could feel was sorrow, because his voice, even in confession, didn't sound like guilt. It sounded like a man trying to free his soul.